Hey guys, welcome back to the stream. We coming to you live from Rage Expo Cape Town, Grand West. We are hosting the AGC Cup, Astro Gaming Cup. It's the Invitational, and we basically right in the middle of all the action right now. We basically had a round robin, and we are casting myself and Tiano. I didn't even introduce my man.
That's fine. I'm here.
Dude's a legend.
Thanks.
We're about to cast probably the most anticipated game of this weekend.
That's right.
Team Adept versus Energy Fear.
Oh.
Tiano,
Yes, sir.
you casted the last game. What happened?
Basically, the boys from Adept, the most persecuted team, criticized team over social media with regards to the invitation to this event, took out the most dominant team in South Africa, Astro Infinite.
Tell me, how did they do that?
Composure, I don't know. You know, they knew, okay, hard points, we are lacking in hard points, CTF we are strong, S&D we are strong, let's take it to them. And that's what they did.
It basically looks like this roster, well, besides for EROS itself,
Yes.
obviously, they dominated the South African scene a few years ago, you know?
They sure
And they still show that they still have that clutchness
They still do.
in the traditional modes, which is the CTF and the S&D.
They still
You know?
do. Yeah.
Looking forward now, they playing Energy Fear.
Yes.
The maps are changed. The mode in the middle has changed as well. We are playing Uplink as the third map, as the second map,
As opposed to CTF.
as
prior.
opposed to
Alright.
CTF. What do you think Energy are going to need to do now to try and stifle Adept's hype? Because obviously they must be so jacked right now.
I can only imagine. Yeah. Energy, obviously, Clint, as we know, they are a team full of dominant slayers. We got Covs, we got Brutal, we got your Frosty, the most consistent 16-year-old player in South Africa. So I think what Energy need to do is pressure. Push up as a team, slay out Adept, because we know Adept can buckle under the pressure, which we saw earlier on in the HB against Astro.
Yeah.
But they have what it takes in the strategic game modes. It's phenomenal how they play together as a team. I love it.
See, what I do like about them is that they will first fight to get structure
Yes.
and then map control.
That's true.
You know, they're not just gonna use OE and try and get into a favorable position, but then still not have that right spawn for that push.
Exactly.
You know, with the Fear team, I feel that even though Jace is as experienced as he is, I do feel that sometimes they try to run OE too much when they're under pressure. And honestly, the team that takes map control first, I feel they are going to have the upper hand throughout this matchup.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. Clint, I see the teams are about to get ready. Everyone's in the lobby.
Okay, so we're going on board with Breach Hardpoint.
Ooh, it's a good map.
Prediction.
Prediction? I want to say Adept. Simply because they came out of a 2-1 victory over Astro Infinite. So it's a lot of close quarter gunfights. They will probably run 3 subs opposite teams, and then the 1 AR, which I think will definitely be Blackout, and then our Uncle Jake's on the other hand in Energy Fear will be running his AR that he's so comfortable with.
Okay. My pick for this is, okay, we've had Brutal drop out the lobby.
Brutal's
Okay,
back in the
it's
lobby.
back in. We're about to kick this off. We are gonna... Sorry, we're just making sure everything's okay. Okay, like I said, okay, so Tiano chose Adept to come out on top here. I'm going to go with the guys from Energy. Their hard point is very solid.
It's phenomenal.
Their hard point is very, very solid. And like a guy like Jake's playing the anchor role, giving them spawns in the map, it's going to be a great contest with Calden to basically give your team a favorable spawn. Protect it, ban and protect. Mind games, you think?
Mind games, definitely. Like we saw earlier, I think it was Adept who panned Quick Draw and Stock against Astro Infinite. However, that did not work out in their favor. But yeah, there's some interesting bans. I know a lot of the teams want to protect the fast hands because obviously then you get that slower rate coming out after you are running around the map.
Yes.
So Shiva ban.
Shiva gets banned. Stock gets saved. Who saves Stock?
Jakey.
Yeah, obviously Stock, wheelchair, all those
It's
things.
basically like he's in wheelchair 8. I was about to say that, Clint. You read my mind.
Flashback, okay, we've seen that as a popular pick to get banned out. Obviously, it is a bit OP in this game.
It definitely is. I think you're basically like 5 to 6 seconds you are blinded by this flashbang.
Concussion ban, that's the first one I've seen this weekend.
So obviously the perk 3 tac mask does not need to be utilized.
Yeah.
So they can definitely use the bar suppressor. Mandatory rapid fire ban and wall high
Caliber, yeah.
We called it. We called it.
So, some standards, some surprises. Okay, I know the afterburner around this map is a bit OP because obviously you can run through the middle of the map at the bottom,
Yeah, that's true.
run around and basically just flank the whole, I think it's the
Wall. The bottom wall by cube.
Yeah,
You can flank around that and then pop up at the bottom and say, how's it?
Yeah, basically flip the spawns in one rotation.
Flip the spawns and then obviously shoot your opponent in the back. But Clint, I'm not sure if you've realized, but Uncle David Bondi has basically moved the rotations of the hard points.
Yes, I do know. It has changed around.
It has changed from opposed to Palace being the first one.
Yes,
because now they've moved it to middle cube.
Which makes more sense
It does.
because no team has an advantage of getting into Pharaoh.
Yes,
you know?
it's 50-50 in order to get to the first hard point. So whoever can afterburner slide there first will get the momentum.
Yes, let's go with the specialist classes. We've got Heatwave, Annihilator, Kinetic Armor, and Scythe. And on the other side, which is a little bit, let's say, Kinetic Armor, Active Camo, Tempest, and then obviously the traditional Scythe.
Very interesting, the Tempest pick coming out from Blackout.
Okay, obviously that is to help him, obviously, in that anchor role, you know?
And in hardpoint, it is definitely essential.
Yes.
If he gets the first pick, that basically that area of effect that is electrified could pick up an extra 2 or 3.
Exactly. If you don't understand how that works, it's basically, I will shoot you. If I'm sitting next to Tiana, I'm going to get shocked because I'll be too close to him. You know?
It's a lot of,
I'm sorry. But that's just our chemistry.
A lot of shock factor.
You know? Yeah. So at the end of the day, that Tempest basically, it keeps an area clear for you. So if 2 people are pushing him, he hits the one, the other guy runs too close, bam, that's a 2-piece for Blackout. Great pick for him for the role that he's playing.
Yes.
Active Camo by Mr. Drew, obviously he wants to hide himself in that hard point.
It seems like he likes to camp a lot, bringing out the Ghost Drew back in the Ghost days.
And then obviously we've got Edo who is the support for him,
yes,
who will be running into the hard point, and obviously having that Kinetic Armor is just going to be that much more dank.
That much more jacked. Yeah, definitely. No, these boys are hyped, Clint. I'm sure we're going to be perhaps seeing upsets in the Energy's cards.
Yeah, I was just watching them as they were talking through the class setups as well. This team, they basically set up their classes to help each other.
Yes, that's correct.
What I do know what the Astro team does, they actually play around Vadex for Vadex to play for his streaks.
True.
And this is the difference between being a top team and just competing.
Yes.
These teams have strategies around each other. Who's our go-to player? Who do we protect? Like obviously for the hard point, you protect your OBJs.
Of course.
You know, if you're in the CTF, for example, playing to get a player to have his streaks, it puts you in the position. You saw Calden get his streaks in the CTF against Astro.
And
anyway,
Errors went almost triple positive in this S&D against Astro. Got his dart, got his lightning strike. Yeah.
So you have to protect your power players and then use that, you know.
Use that, yeah.
So we're about to jump into this game. We can jump on board with
Brutal.
Let's go for Brutal.
The homie Brutal.
Obviously, for those that don't know, Brutal, new on the Fear roster, former duo for the past 12 months of Tianos.
That's correct. My little brother. Slayer is up on board with him. He's got the VMP hand, long barrel grip, and quick draw. The favorite attachments get stuck again.
We can't blame that on lag.
No, we can't. It's already 2 down. First kill. 2 down for opposing teams. Brutal gets taken out.
There's a lot of trades here. Frosty going big. He's got 3 on the board already. He goes down. Can't cast a curse. But we do have the OBJ in the hardpoint where he should be. Gets taken out by Eda, who does a little flank coming through the back of the room. Obviously, with the fear guards going down, Eda is on a mission. He's on a mission.
He gets taken out.
And obviously, these guys aren't just shooting aimlessly. They obviously do get call-outs from their teammates.
We just see Drew with the huge kill. Got his H16 in hand, unable to pick up the ball.
Eda obviously taking out Frosty once again. It seems like a bit of a battle between the two of them. Frost is on a 7-3 streak right now.
Stop on him.
Or 7-3, he's dropping 7-3 numbers, I should say.
Yeah,
left off and Jakey are having a bit of a problem. Blackout, early days still, but obviously He's coming out on top of that. He wants to hold that spawn for his guys. Whoa!
Uncle Jakey.
As we said, the crutches was banned in the ban protect, so he couldn't make that
He
jump.
definitely didn't have his aid there.
Much love,
Frosty
Jakey.
with the massive two-piece once again, Clint.
And this is now the first time at this hill, basically 2 entrances, you get 2 guys in there, you lock it down. Unfortunately, the Adept guys breaking the deal very quickly. Hopefully they can solidify this, bring the gap a bit closer. And obviously Drew got the call out, took the shot. Never really worked out as the fear guys flooded from the rear.
They basically pinched. They basically pinched him with their, Drew can't watch every single angle by himself.
Exactly.
Now we just see
exactly.
Brutal holding the hill. He is currently 1 in 6 though, so perhaps he has to pick up his game. Frosty obviously going absolutely massive. 2 down for Adept. Let's see, they're ready on the next rotation.
Okay. The game itself is, both heels have been evenly contested. These guys aren't giving each other an inch really.
Not at all.
And just want to welcome Mrs. Tiano 10 as well to the Rage Expo. You guys should make a trip down here. We do still have a couple of more games for the rest of the day. We will also be able to open up the gaming arena so you guys can actually come and enjoy playing on the Astro A40 headsets. And obviously playing some Black Ops 3 like these guys. You're actually playing on the exact same setup that these guys are playing on right now. So getting back into the game, 54-59, 30 seconds left on this hard point. This is just back and forth. This is way too close. This is way too close to actually call.
We currently have Robbie Leckhoff. He's got full streaks and his E2 in hand. He's basically about to overstreak his H60.
Do you think you should use it now that the rotation is set in?
I would use a counter UAV. Perhaps now, so that they can get that flank on rotation and then they'll be able to hold those spawns.
Yeah. And there it goes. Well done, Tiano.
I'll call it.
This is the thing when you have a comp player sitting next to you. they know what's happening. They know what works best in the game for what situations.
We hope so, Clint. We hope so.
Well, like I said, we try. That clears out that hard point. This is the beauty of streaks. He does that and picks up another H60, uses it again, basically to clear out the flank. Unfortunately,
gets taken out by Aaron. Top on board with Eric. Currently in the hard point. Takes out Jakey. Takes out. Calden picks up his kill.
Calden picked up another one. Stole it.
Morgan is absolutely slain.
Morgan is so focused right now.
He's so focused.
Just before the game started, Drew gave all the players a hug. Morgan says, wait, we're not done yet. Can he make... unfortunately not. Mistakes were made. That's brutal. That's fear. Unfortunately in this game, it's high risk, high reward.
Exactly.
High risk, look, big fail.
Yep, big fail. Which you've seen twice now by both boys from Energy Esports falling off the map and unable to get onto that, to climb over and manage.
Because obviously what also happens is you also do have that respawn delay, so you're out of the game for another 5 seconds.
Exactly.
And
which is detrimental to your team, Clint. You're basically leaving them in a 3v4.
yeah, we've got to get Brutal to have more time shooting and killing people and not watching the screen.
More time, more slang. Will he pick up the skill? Massive kill there by Energy Brutal, taking out Air. 2 down for Adept, the boys from Adept, which is obviously great for the boys from. And he gets taken up. So Drew, let's hop on board with Drew. Currently top slayer of Team Adept, the boys from Adept.
See, there's a lot of time. Honestly, there's a lot of time in the hill by Robbie.
Yes.
Ira's got a lot of time in the hill. Have Adept really decided, okay, Drew, you on fire, go out, slay around the hill, let Ira just sit in there and pick it up?
I think they should. I think they should just apply more hill pressure, Clint.
Yeah.
They got 3 sub players, good sub players. There we go, 3 down for the boys from Energy. The boys from Adept obviously doing what they need to do to show that they can play with the big boys.
Even though the Adept guys seem to be dominating, the game itself, Fear still have that 25-point lead, but Adept seem to have locked down this hard point. They do have, well, as I say that, Energy come and disprove me. Why do they want to make me look like a liar?
That's true, yeah. And we see obviously, I know Robbie, he's with his preferred dual alcohol. It's extremely potent in the heal Clint. You got that hip fire range, which is obviously very effective. As you can see, he just took out Eros with the scythe.
With a scythe. And obviously with that scythe, he does have a little bit of extra protection as well.
Exactly.
But he just melted him.
Top on Brutal currently in the hill with the 62 piece that we were obviously unable to see.
My man Brutal's gone 6 and 4 since we last looked at him as well.
Nice.
So he's getting back into it. He's getting back into it.
Yeah, with his support role, obviously he just hit the 1 minute mark, and so we see Frosty doing what he does the whole time.
Yeah.
The most consistent player, as I've said.
Is that not the quickest 30 bomb we've had on stream today?
It must be. It must be. I don't think. I think Vedex perhaps dropped one against the boys from Adept. Yeah. But yeah, Frosty doing what he does best. Unfortunately, gets shot back.
Do you think there's still 3 minutes left? Do you think we're going to see a 50 bomb here today?
Maybe a 40.
Okay, maybe a 40. Frosty, I believe in you, my boy.
Currently has a sight in hand. Nice kill. Good. This is a Slayer's role.
Yeah.
He picks up the players around the hill so that he's open. Okay, unfortunately, he gets taken out by Mr. Drew. Gets taken out as well. Jake's just off on board. Jake's is actually taken out. Robbie in the hill.
Jake's has actually come up as well. He's not negative anymore. However, Calden has dropped to being negative, and that shows the change in the score in the game as well. You know.
It does.
Once the anchor starts performing, your spawns and your pushes become a lot better.
It sure does. As we saw Calden in the prior game to Astro Gaming, he did, I think it was a quadruple negative, if I'm not mistaken. He went 7 and 22.
Yeah.
The boys from Adept need Calden to step up his game.
Yeah.
As Jake has done for Energy Fear, both being anchor players, which they hold the spawns, and they're the dominant AR players, they need him to step up to that.
So as the rotation came through very quickly, Brutal will be, well, Blackout and Drew are in the hard point holding it down. They are 100 points away. Unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, that 100 points means nothing. 2 heals and they're right back in the game. Stop the clock. You've got that 3 minutes still.
4 down from the boys from Adept taking out Energy right here, Clint.
That's one thing. Tell Drew we can't do something and he'll show you he can.
Drew. Mr. Drew. We've got to love that guy. Yeah, Jakey with the kill on Blackout. Robbie with the kill on Adept. That's 3 down now for Adept. It's basically back and forth.
Yeah.
Cat and mouse. You know, there's no... But obviously the boys from Energy Fear with the extra 100 points.
That's all they need to do right now. They basically just need to pick up the scrap time on all the hills and slowly make their way closer to the 250 mark. The closer they get, the more under pressure the Adept guys will feel as well.
That's true. That's definitely true. You see Ares coming up with a massive 2-piece here. Almost a 3-piece, unfortunately. Brutal getting the clean up there on him.
I just want to see what's Brutal's numbers now. 16-25, so he's really brought the game back. I mean, he was 4 and 14. He's done well. He's gone 12 and 11 since we've last spoken about him. So he's lifted his game, and that also shows in the score itself, you know. Once you have all 4 guys doing their role, doing their job, it makes it that much easier for you to pick up the points.
It sure does, man. All right.
And that's it. First map to Energy. What does this do to Adept right now?
Adept, well, they're basically sitting in the same scenario as they were against Astro Infinite. They lost the hard points. Okay, they didn't. They lost less convincingly,
yes,
obviously, as opposed to their game against Astro. However, they know that they are a strong S&D team. They know that they are a very strong uplick and CTF team, obviously being strategic game modes. I'm wondering if they will be able to overcome the boys from Energy eSports, man.
I mean, what they're thinking right now is, okay, that is a lot more promising than our result against Astro was in the HP.
Definitely.
So we've got a better chance.
We do. We definitely do. They are probably saying to themselves now, we just took out the #1 team in South Africa.
Yeah.
Astro Gaming dominated the whole of Advanced Warfare season. No one can touch us.
Yeah.
And I hope that they take that momentum through to the next uplink game on Fringe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. This uplink, for me, it's a little strange, as you have to run around 2 buildings and the uplinks are right there.
Yeah.
I know for the one at Granny's.
Yes.
You basically you can all run around the building and just run through the.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but it's definitely going to be a highly contested game. We're going to see a lot of flanks, I hope so. A lot of train pushes. You push out train, you make them spawn out. You either make them spawn back here, or in the opposing side, you make them spawn tin.
Do you always have someone watching train?
You should. They should. If you don't, then
I think
you're putting yourself on the back foot.
If you're spawning from the granny side, I feel that whole elbow around that little
grannies. Oh, Zig.
Yeah.
Zig. Yeah.
At Zig and train.
Yes.
Those 2 routes could really, if you push 2 people through there,
yes,
you can push that. I'd say the anchor or the king out of position very easily. And basically open the map for your team on that side and let the other guys spawn tin.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, basically the teams just need to hold down Zing and mid-map and train, and you have control and you can take the win.
Yeah. Well, as you guys can see on stream right now, these are the players as they're sitting here. We're on the show floor at Rage. As you come in from the arcade side, we're right at that entrance. We've got friends, family, everybody hanging around, watching the games live, enjoying Rage itself. So come down to Grand West Casino. And obviously come say hi to us at the hashtag AGCZA Cup. We are also giving away a set of Astro A40 TRs.
Oh,
all you need to do is come down here, put your name down on the laptop. The draw will be done. Competition ends tomorrow, so
all right.
you can still come down and put your name in there.
I hope that I can enter again.
So obviously, we're sitting casting using the A40s.
They are wonderful.
Unfortunately, Vitiano, he doesn't have the mod kit on his one. The one I'm using has the mod kit. And it's amazing. There's voice feedback so I can hear what's happening around me.
Exactly.
You guys can't hear that. I hope not. And but I am also being blocked out from unnecessary sound.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes and shouts behind me, I won't hear them.
You won't hear them at all. It's definitely essential to have a pair of Astro A40 TRs for if you would like to become a competitive player, Clint, and get involved in the competitive scene. But Clint, taking a look in this ban and protect system, we see the Shiva taken out by Mr. Drew himself after being a very clinical ban. So it's overclock, because then you obviously get your overdrive quicker, which was just banned by Eros.
Stock Jakes. Oh, Robbie saves it for Jakes.
Robbie saying, hey, Daddy, should I protect anything for you? And
Yeah.
he's obviously saying, yes, son, please protect my stock.
Going back on that overclock.
Yes,
It worked last game.
it definitely did.
It worked for Fear last game.
It definitely-
However, the Adept boys think, okay, let us make this a more traditional type of push and game. Keep everybody on the ground a bit longer.
Slow the game down, perhaps will be in their favor. Like I said again, your Brutal, your Frost, and your Robbie, you know, they're young kids. They like the movements. They
Yeah.
like this whole movement system which has been introduced.
The proverbial jetpackers.
Those proverbial jetpackers, those hashtag jetpackers, as opposed to your traditional Ghosters and Black Ops 2 players such as Drew, Carl, and Eris, and Ethan, obviously a new face into the scene.
Yeah, well, I mean, crazy thing is, almost everybody, out of the 7 players, out of the 8 players, 7 of them have been on Energy Fear.
That's actually true. That's a lot to prove. Basically, the master, Uncle Jakes, and his students such as Blackout. Drew, I'm not entirely sure if Eris ever teamed with Jakes. Never.
They were part of the same. They were part of the regional Adept
The
team.
original Adept team.
Um,
Obviously, Clint, you were part of the original Fear team, weren't you?
that is, yeah, but that's many
That's
years
many
ago.
years
Many years ago.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, we've got a long history. Everybody here knows each other
Yeah.
from playing and growing together in the scene. And it's just amazing to see what Astro have allowed us to do
I know.
at an event like Rage.
It
you
is.
know?
It is.
But obviously, like I told the Zombies and the Clan Connection guys like Nick, this all comes through their hard work, putting in the time, putting in the hours, not asking for much in return,
Yes.
except for us to support them.
That's it.
And that's all I ask. That's my message to all of CONZA. Just support what you do. Not everybody's in this to gain something. Most people just have a passion for this.
They sure do difference.
You know?
I mean, yeah, everyone's here, everyone at home, family, friends. You know, obviously, thank you very much for tuning in and supporting us, because, like we've always been saying, promoting the growth of competitive Call of Duty eSports in South Africa is our main priority,
Yeah.
which we can clearly see today, Clint. Family, friends, parents, children, all here standing around these competitive players, watching them, supporting them. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love it.
You never know. You may just end up being on SuperSport TV.
Exactly. So I think the Counter-Strike guys were on the other day.
Yes, we had some Counter-Strike on SuperSport on DSTV. That's right. Video games was on SuperSport.
Super Sports.
18 months ago, somebody said esports is not a sport. Some guy at ESPN. ESPN now have an esports channel.
And now they're big. That's quite a contradiction to his prior statement.
Yeah. So this is growing. Bring your kids down. Let us get involved. Let us speak gaming at Rage. We're about to get into this game. Let's just go through the specialist classes quickly.
Basically, we almost see a mirror image, Clint.
Yeah.
Vision Pulse once again being taken off by Blackouts, which is extremely essential, Clint.
Yeah.
If they're able to get that map position, he can pop that Vision Pulse and then he can call out his teammates, guys.
Yeah.
One stop on, one's back wherever, grannies, alley, train, fences, and then they can put the call out to work.
Yeah.
But we're getting
Let
right
me-
into the game.
Especially with this, with the lanes itself, they They are blocked off from each other. You're going through mid, you're going through train, or you're going through tin. That's your 3 lanes you're going, and that's what I love about Bondi. He gives us maps that work for competitive.
Exactly. We gotta love Uncle Bondi. Traditional 3-lane maps.
Yeah.
I personally do hope that the next Call of Duty does not involve jetpacks.
Feet on the ground.
Feet on the ground. Twins,
Yes.
who would you like to hop on?
We can hop on with our man Era.
Era. Let's go. Currently on board with Era. He's got the kudu in hand. It looks like a long barrel, 4 grip, and quick draw.
It seems to me like he's also the in-game captain. He seems to be the only one chatting and talking. But at the same time, he's got this concentrated look on his face. It's like that.
He sure does.
Like, you know, when you're determined to do something. He's got that look on his face.
I wonder if he, when he goes out clubbing, that if he gives that look to the girls.
Oh my god.
Because he gets almost in 2 feet. Unfortunately, gets taken up by Brutal. Let's hop on board with him. Unfortunately, Brutal does not end up getting the kill over there. However, there is still a player in beer, and he does juking and gets the kill. Basically, Brutal's just pushing out Clint.
Like you can see, the Adept guys, they basically have 2 static players. Okay, we see one coming back to help. Was it Calden?
Calden, yeah.
But now that Robbie's taken the ball.
Yeah. He obviously threw down the ball in order to regain his armor.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, gets taken up by Ares once again, coming out with huge kill. Gets taken up by Jakey. Jakey gets taken up by Blackouts. Okay, we have Calden on the ball.
Calden gets shot from the back.
Okay, they do currently not have possession, basically waiting to get a pick so that they can push up.
It's the second time now that they've actually just thrown the ball so that they can have the gun. And this is what I was worried about. Throwing it in a position where you go down, other team picks it up, and they right on the front foot. However, Fear do spawn up, able to come back and really counter push again. And as you can see, there's a player coming through turn, while 2 players, one gets taken out, the other one does make it through. He's gonna get
Frosty with the massive 3-piece, as you can see.
And like I said,
Robbie.
jumping around that corner, there's no way to really protect it.
He's carrying on a 6 kill streak, let's say.
Yeah, Frost is here to play.
The boy's phenomenal.
Frost is here to play.
You know, yesterday Astro said we're basically gonna beat up Frost. We're gonna put him in, we're gonna be his bully at school, we're gonna beat him up online. And now he's here and saying, guys, I'm here, I'm back, I'm gonna show you what I made out of.
And that's just the thing, you know, is you got beaten yesterday, but are you gonna come back with that same despondent feeling? No, you're gonna come back and play your game.
Exactly. Once again, massive 2-piece by Frost. Sandro picking up the 3rd. Robbie picking up the last remaining player with the 5-second delay. They definitely can. They now have the chance to obviously push up the map.
Yeah.
Frosty currently holding 2 down again for once again Team Adept. You can hear the frantic call-outs of the boys from Adept, Clint. I wonder if they were under pressure.
They obviously they did get a 1-pointer in.
It's a close game. It's a close game regardless of the slaying
It's
power.
crazy how it looked so different. It looked like Adept were up earlier in the previous match. However, the Fear team just kept on getting the points, and that's what it's about. The OBJ work.
That's all that it's about. Currently, once again, 3 down, 4 down for Team Adept, Clint.
This should be an easy run in for Robbie.
Robbie was called. Currently, just got that 2-pointer. Just holding grannies. Not grannies. Easy kill.
Oh, unfortunately, gets taken out there.
Drew takes out. Drew takes out. Blackout takes out the 2nd. Brutal to 62 piece. You always keep on missing out this. Our card timing is definitely not on point.
Oh, gets taken out there.
Gets taken up as Drew.
The Adept team, I don't see much structure from them right now.
No, not at all.
You know, they're not pushing the right way.
No.
It's like they've all got their own plan of what to do right now.
Exactly.
They are starting to communicate a little bit now.
A little better, yeah.
Remember, they do have a chance to come and score at this side as well.
That is true, Clint. What we just saw from the Team Adept, the boys from Adept, Clint, they basically got 3 down. They pushed out the map. However, they were not able to capitalize the energy players coming out of spawn. If they had to get that, then they would have had total map control, and then the ARs could have just set up and picked the guys on spawn.
Exactly.
But now they've been basically pushed back into their own spawn, losing all that covered ground.
And there, Robbie jumps in another score. This is easy for him. He's just hitting hoops for days.
It looks like they're having fun. Like they're basically playing around, like they're toying with their opponents.
Yeah, not really smiles on their faces because This is a serious business. This is the AGC ZA Cup.
It is a cup. It is a 50,000 Rand cup, if I'm not mistaken, Clint. So
Yes.
there is a lot to play on from the boys who have been invited to this tournament. Yeah, Clint, I think this is coming to an end. Round 1 to be specific, an 8-1 lead.
Can he get the score?
Will he be
Can
able
he
to step
chuck it in? Chuck it in! Chuck it in!
He
Yeah,
does.
he does chuck it in. I thought he will just try and run it in there and lose out. It's what I've seen a lot of teams not taking that 1 point.
Their opportunity.
Because I mean, psychologically, having 2 on the board is a lot better than having the 1 because there's not such a big gap.
Exactly.
You know, but it's also a psychological thing. It's like buying something at 700 Rand and buying something at 699.
I do agree with you, Clint, on that one. I personally, Clint, have numerous times made the mistake of going for the 2-pointer,
Yeah.
and I could have got a 1-pointer and not capitalized. But Clint, what I've noticed that we, as OBJ players, we always rely on our other players to say, go for the 2-pointer, have
Yeah.
your cuts. But then
Yeah.
they lack that, and then, you know, obviously we end up getting nothing.
So it's all about communication.
Communication,
It's all about
it's a team effort, Clint.
You know, one thing that when I still played competitive, playing with Swally was so easy.
Yes.
He was basically a talking UAV.
Talking
You
UAV.
knew what was happening around you, around the map at all times.
At
you
all
know,
times.
and each team does need to have that. You need to have the person who has control.
You sure do, Clint. Once again, Robbie with another 2-pointer.
That was really quick. That was under 30 seconds, and it got put in.
Oh! Nice 2-piece there by Robbie, unfortunately getting taken up by Drew. Jake's currently on the ball. He does have a 9-8 in hand. Let's see what the old man from Energy Fear is about to be able to.
Yes, we knew he's not going to make that jump.
Alright, there is a player top barn. Blackout being able to capitalize on Brutal's advance. See, now they're pushing train, Clint. This is
Yeah.
what they need to do. They need to get that
Yeah.
train, they must make them spawn out 10.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Frosty with the massive 2-piece.
Frosty's just popping up and slaying them, and I think that is turning them around, and they're not knowing which way to push anymore.
Exactly. Frosty's like a little hedgehog, Clint.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of those guys that just keep on popping out of the holes in the ground. Massive kill by Jake. On Blackout.
Jake's has actually gotten into it. He's probably thinking like, I'm a bit too good. Annihilate
He
this
whipped out
out.
and I get taken out by.
I blame that on his eyesight.
I do agree with you on that one, Clint.
And I mean, like you see, the Fear guys, they're trying to control the map from almost spawn trapping the Adept guys.
Exactly, Clint. We do see areas obviously pushing up with his M8A1 in hand. Trying to just hold mid-map control, gets taken out with Brutal once again with the 2-piece that we missed out on.
I blame you.
I blame me. I'm shocking at this. I'm shocking at operating this controller.
Well, if you had given it to me every time I turn to someone, they'll probably just pass out and die.
There we go. We finally got Zandre with the 2-piece.
Zandre decided he's also going to show that he's got some skill. Obviously, Zandre is a former teammate of Frosty's and of Brutal's, and of Robbie's.
Lekov, yes, that's correct.
So these kids, they've been playing together for a while, playing around each other for a while.
The young guns. Is
The
what I
young
like to
guns,
call them.
the young guns,
The
you know.
16-year-olds dominating the competitive scene in South Africa.
And yet, the Fear team's average age is still 19.
I don't think you want to give them calculations, Clint.
No.
Uncle Jake gets taken out again by Drew, his previous teammates, which I think was quite a stunning kill there by Drew, obviously taking out his master to be exact.
Frosty gets taken out. The Adept guys, you know, you got to hand it to them. They're still working, they're still pushing. They are 8 points,
Clint,
9 points out of it.
there is 2 minutes 9 seconds remaining on the clock. If Adept are able to get that map purchase, they can come back with this. They can put the boys from Energy in a spawn trap and they can get those necessary 2 pointers.
See, but right now they're a little bit too far, too close to their own spawn
Yeah.
to be playing, you know. And I've seen it a lot. Where teams, they're on the back foot, they try to play more cautiously.
They sure do. They sure do, Clint. Yeah, what I have realized, Clint, it seems like I'm not entirely sure if there are any boys from Adept that are using SMGs.
I haven't seen one.
So that also slows down the momentum of the game
Yeah.
in their perspective, because
You do also move a little bit faster with the SMG.
you sure do. I mean, in retrospect, anyone can think a lighter gun, a more agile mobile gun, I will move faster as opposed to a heavy AR trotting around the map.
Yeah, and in this Call of Duty, even if you take hands up and run just with your hands or your knife, you still run the same speed as you do when you run with the AR in your hand.
That is true, Clint.
or whatever primary weapon you have.
You have that hand, yes. Yeah, currently, Clint, the boys from Energy have told Adept, you came off a strong win against Astro Gaming, but we're not going to let your momentum override us. Easy win for the boys from Energy eSports.
Yes, this puts us in a precarious, not a precarious position, but a crazy position where 3 teams have 2 wins and 1 loss.
They sure do, Clint. So it's quite neck to neck, if I have to admit.
Yeah.
In terms of the round robin seeding going into the semi-finals.
Honestly though, this is a 2-0 for Fear. If it is a 2-0 for Fear, it does put Astro's ranking as 1.
As 1.
In a bit of a... We've got to go and do some maths now, and Holden hates that.
Does he?
He does hate
We
that.
should actually let him hop in here and give us the statistics.
Even worse if you go to the head-to-head. Fear lost to Astra. Astra lost to Adept. Fear beat Adept.
That's correct.
So the 1-to-1s is 1-1-1.
1-1-1. We've got we definitely have a showcase on our hands. I'm really excited for the next match, and that is the boys from Energy taking the boys from Adept 11-2, sealing out the series 2-0.
Maybe it was just one map too far, I suppose, for the Adept guys.
So you think it was basically a lucky streak that they won against the Astro boys? Or they did earn that?
You know what? What it's more is that the CTF suits them better.
It does. Oh, that's actually true.
You know, the CTF, and then obviously this didn't go to SND.
No, it didn't.
However, the next round of games, they're guaranteed to play in SND.
They sure are.
Hopefully twice.
Twice, yeah. Best out of.
They get to play a CTF as well.
CTF, okay.
So, because it's BO5s, they do have a chance. They do have a strong chance to get back in the game. I mean, if you look at it, there's 1 hard point, 2 hard points, and 1
CTF.
CTF.
1 CTF.
Okay.
Yeah. So they do have a chance.
Yeah.
They do have a chance, Clint, but that was an exciting game for us to co-cast on.
Anyway, guys,
Yeah.
it's Diano 10, CS1977. We are going to take a small break. That was the end of the round robin for the Fear team and for the Adept team. They both ended up with 2 wins and 1 loss. So the next game will decide whether Astro also end up with 2 wins and 1 loss. And our man Holden's going to have to do some crazy mathematics.
Crazy mathematics.
But we're going to take a small little break as these teams actually set up. Thank you for tuning in. We'll speak to you in about 15 minutes.
Cheers.